Here are the top stories for May 1st. President Marcos has vowed to deliver decent jobs for Filipinos as he acknowledged the burden of rising fuel prices, electricity costs, and basic goods on workers. In a speech during the 124th Labor Day celebration in General Santos City, the president said the government is aware of the plight of the Filipino workforce. He said that they feel the hardships that the workers are going through, but they are not stopping in finding ways to increase jobs, livelihoods, and opportunities for all, insisting that they desire decent jobs for every Filipino. The president said the administration is ramping up investments to expand employment opportunities nationwide. He added that employment has continued to grow, with nearly 50 million Filipinos now employed and more than 30 million classified as wage and salary workers. Thousands of workers, activists, and members of various sectors poured into the streets of Manila on Thursday, May 1st, as Labor Day protests intensified, with authorities installing barricades along key routes leading to Malacañang Palace. Protesters marched along España Boulevard toward Mendiola, calling for higher wages, lower prices of basic goods, and stronger labor protections amid rising economic pressures. The mobilization formed part of a nationwide Labor Day action led by labor coalitions, including Kilusang Mayo Uno and allied organizations, as demonstrators pressed long-standing demands for wage hikes and policy reforms. Participants carried placards and chanted slogans highlighting inflation and stagnant wages. They also condemned successive oil price hikes, which they said continue to burden public utility drivers and low-income earners. The rally echoed the call to raise wages and lower prices as protesters filled both lanes of España Boulevard, bringing traffic to a standstill. Some rallyists also rode motorcycles, with flags and banners attached to their vehicles as they joined the march. While Malacañang did not dwell much on the new developments in the impeachment of Vice President Sara Duterte, it believes that the House panel made its decision based on the evidence presented during the hearings. The House Committee on Justice on Wednesday, April 29th, unanimously declared probable cause in the impeachment complaints filed against Duterte. When sought for reaction on this development, Palace Press Officer and Communications Undersecretary Claire Castro distanced the palace from the process, saying it is the job of the Congress. During the inquiry, the National Bureau of Investigation alleged that the contracted assassin to kill President Marcos and members of his family was possibly a member of the armed forces of the Philippines. Castro said the president continues to trust the AFP, adding that whatever findings the NBI has, it is up to them to investigate it. For Senate President Vicente Tito Sotto III, acting forthwith on the impeachment complaint against Vice President Sara Duterte means proceeding the day after the Senate receives it. Sotto said that they may convene as an impeachment court on May 13th. He said that's what he doesn't want to talk about. Speculative. If ever the House pass it on the 11th and by the 12th transmit it. On the 13th, they will already discuss it and convene as the impeachment court asked about the Supreme Court's recent pronouncement on acting forthwith. The Senate president maintained that the ruling pertains to the specific petition before the High Court and does not dictate how the Senate carries out its constitutional duties. Meanwhile, Sotto said that they have yet to set a timetable for impeachment proceedings, stating preparations remain conditional on the actual transmittal of the articles of impeachment. He called for an all-senator caucus on Thursday to discuss the matter. The Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration said the country may see 1 to 2 tropical cyclones either forming or entering the Philippine area of responsibility this May. PAGASA weather specialist Leanne Loreto said the next tropical cyclones entering or forming within Philippine area of responsibility will be given the local names Kaloy and Doming. Loreto also cited climatological tracks for May, which show 2 common paths of tropical cyclone activity. The first involves cyclones forming in the Western Pacific that may enter Philippine area of responsibility but recurve before making landfall. The second involves cyclones that enter Philippine area of responsibility and make landfall over central Philippines before curving and eventually exiting the country's Philippine area of responsibility. However, the country may remain tropical cyclone-free over the coming week. Stay updated with the latest news. Visit our website at www.mb.com.ph or follow us on social media. Thanks for tuning in to the Manila Bulletin Daily Rundown.